Hey guys, this is round two for me because I had already done a video. Well, I was in the process of doing it. I was like almost 20 minutes in, and then my phone kept on slipping, and my stupid little thumbs here pressed the wrong button, and the video stopped recording. So now it's round two. Gotta start doing it again. So, hello, I am back. Um, Obviously, I haven't done a video in quite a few months. There have been things that have been going on. Um, for one, last month I had a good friend back in Philadelphia suddenly pass away. It was quite a shock, and I'm still shocked about it even now, but I was going through a bit of a depressive state for about a week or two. Unfortunately, I was not able to go up and attend his funeral. I felt horrible about that. Really horrible. But I can still see him again. Um, Eventually I'll get up there and I will pay him a visit. His final resting place would be. I've also had some changes in my life. Oof, just put myself in the eye there. I've just decided to take a break from drinking for a while. I think I've been sober, sort of thing, for about a month and a half, almost 2 months. That was just purely my decision, really, because I wanted to take a break. Is it that I'm taking a break because I have a problem? No, I definitely don't have a problem. I don't believe I do. But it's just something that I think was needed. And was it hard to do? No, not at all. It wasn't hard. I mean, I know I don't have a problem in that way where I'm addicted and I'm like going to have trouble like sticking to a program. It's definitely not that. So, but I'm fine. Also had I had some things going on in the household too. Don't necessarily want to get into that, but everything's okay, and everything will be alright. But just have to get through one hurdle after another. Obviously, my appearance has changed since you last saw me, which was several months ago. My beard has grown a little bit longer. Probably is longer if I, just treat it a bit more and have it go down straight because it just bunches up and whatnot. My hair color appearance has changed, obviously, again. Several months ago, I decided to go with like a Sweeney Todd look. So I started to grow my hair out a bit. I dyed it black, and I've got like the gray sort of thing. Obviously, it looks very disheveled right now because I just woke up. And again, excuse me, it always looks disheveled. But, I just decided to grow my hair out a little bit longer just to try something new. And while I still have hair anyway, because my father is bald, but my father's side is bald, but my mother's side wasn't, so I forget which side of the family the baldness streak falls on. So I guess I'll find out in a few years. But anyway, I'm here back and going to do another update video as far as like movies I've gotten. Obviously, it's not going to be a comprehensive type of video because it's been several months and I not that I haven't, but I have gotten, several movies over the last few months. As you know, I do. After doing a couple of videos on this. Oh, am I going to go into the yawning spells now? Probably now. But, for me to go back and do that sort of comprehensive thing, it would just take too long. I'd have to gather everything up. And I just really don't want to go back and just retrace everything. So as of right now, I'm just going to, just let you know all the movie releases I got in the last 2 weeks, which is more feasible for me. So as far as where all the discs come from, I got one domestic release. Oh, this is going to be bad if I'm doing this throughout the whole movie. Whole video. Because I feel like it's going to happen. But I got one domestic release. I've got a Canadian release. I've got the rest are all German. And I've got one UK disc. So without further ado, let's just get down to business here. The first movie I've gotten is an import. It's a Canadian release, and it's of a recent film. It's of last year's Brandon Cronenberg's film, Infinity Pool. Now, this is the uncut Blu-ray version from Canada. I know when the movie was released, they said the movie had to be cut down because originally it was going to be rated NC-17. And, of course, with that whole story, how that whole story goes is nobody wants their movie to be an NC-17 rating because it goes to a completely different market. And at that point, no film production company will touch it, that sort of thing. So they had to make the necessary cuts to have it achieve the R rating, which it needs to be. But I've seen Infinity Pool. I thought it was a really great, what's the word I'm trying to use? I forget what kind of word I was trying to use, but it's another great release from Brandon Cronenberg. It's his second one, or actually his third one. I know he's released antiviral, however you want to pronounce it. I've yet to see that, but I've heard some good things. The other one I've seen that I do have is Possessor. I really love that film. That goes back to the whole body horror thing that his father, David Cronenberg, is so infamous for in his earlier career. This one is no different. This one has a little bit of like a body horror, or at least like a psychological horror complex. So I expect that we're going to see more great things coming out of David Cronenberg's son, Brandon. But as I said, this is the uncut release. The US did release a Blu-ray, but it's not uncut. So far as I know, as far as my research has gone, this is the only uncut version that has been released so far. I would have loved to have gotten a 4K Blu-ray, but it's only come out in Blu-ray, and I'm sure a couple of months down the road, the 4K will be released. And this is kind of a little difficult for people to get right now because the Canadian Amazon website will not ship to the US right now, which is a little perplexing, a little awkward. I'm sure it has something to do with the postal system, whether that's, and I wouldn't even say the Canadian postal system, I would say it's got to do with the US postal system of some sort, because ever since the pandemic and ever since the changes with the postal system, it seems like, shipping rates internationally have gone up, and it's become a little bit harder to get some of the imported movies. But so the only way I was able to acquire this film is I had to go through boutique sellers, and it's not like boutique labels, like banner labels that put this out, but there are boutique official boutique labels, boutique stores on the internet that sell, like, I guess they get from a third-party distributor or wholesaler or however they do, and then they get that and then ship it to them. And that's how I was able to get this. I also do have a Canadian friend that lives outside of Montreal, my French Canadian friend. So he has told me, depending on how long this goes on for with the Amazon Canadian website, if there was anything that I needed Canadian movie-wise up there or import-wise, just to message him, he would get from me, I would pay for it, blah, blah, blah. So I thank him for that. Luckily, I didn't need to go down that road. It's not that I don't want to, utilize people's help for that. It's just, I like to do it myself if I can, and I like to, request other people's help as a last resort. So luckily I was still able to get that. I'm really looking forward to watching it too, because I haven't really seen the uncut version. But this came with a slipcover, which I was surprised I wasn't expecting. There's the back, and then there's the front. As I said, I'm really looking forward to watching it, and probably watch it today at some point. The other one, the next one I got is actually a U.S. release, released by Vinegar Syndrome, and it sold out very, very fast. I haven't really, I have paid attention to Vinegar Syndrome, but as far as I'm aware, this is the fastest release to sell out so quickly. There might have been one before that. I don't know at the time. I'd have to do a little bit more research on that, but I saw it was released. I was like, cool. I can get it. And with some of these releases go, if you don't get it and it sells out, or potentially sells out. But I didn't think it was going to sell out this quickly. Like, not even just like the limited edition sold out, but like the regular edition just sold out. I don't know if they're going to reprint it anymore or what's going to go on with that. But anyway, it's the 4K release of the Stuart Gordon film from, I believe it's 1986. It is of H.P. Lovecraft, From Beyond. I really love this film. This has Barbara Crampton in here. This has Jeffrey Combs, who is one of my favorite horror actors. And it has Ken Foree, or Ken Foree, however you pronounce his last name. You might recognize him as one of the leads in the original Dawn of the Dead. I always keep on forgetting his character's name. As I said before, this used to be either a short story or a story from H.P. Lovecraft. I've never read his material, and I'm lucky that I didn't, because, just watching documentaries about the guy and, just doing more research, like he has come out, I wouldn't say it's come out, but, the guy was a bigot. He's a racist. And it seems hypocritical because I'm watching a movie that was inspired by H.P. Lovecraft, or was based off an H.P. Lovecraft story. I don't know where I fall in that. It just, when it comes to stuff like that, it treads a fine line with me, whether, I just support a film, even though they're not, directly involved with H.P. Lovecraft. They're still making a movie based off one of his stories, so I don't know where that falls in line politically. I don't know. But, finding out about that, about him, glad I never was a fan, and never will be. And it just kind of surprises me with so many people. So many people that just love his stories, but then they find out about him. The racism and the bigotry. Though, apparently from the research that I've done, he, I guess, turned his views around or whatever, but it is what it is. But anyway, this is the 4K release, and it sold out, as I said, very, very quickly. I wasn't even able to get it from Vinegar Syndrome because it was sold out. I don't know if they're going to reprint it or not. But this is just of the regular edition. The only difference between the regular edition and the limited edition is a slipcover, which is pretty much it. And their slipcovers are really nice. I will admit they're thicker and sturdy. But I was able to get this off of Amazon for, and I will say, at a decent price. You know, at the MSRP or the SRP price. Which, compared to how other people sell this movie, is a bargain. And I wasn't going to miss out on that. Now, the other thing that was running through my mind buying this is, I don't remember if I bought it the first time. Because I'm kind of thinking back and I'm thinking to myself, I felt like I pre-ordered it and it came. And it's somewhere in my collection. But if that does happen, then I can just sell this copy, and at least for me, I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it, which is why I wouldn't have too many regrets. But yeah, great artwork, great movie. Here's that, the back of it. I think this is three discs. It comes with the 4K here, and 2 Blu-rays. There you go. Now the rest, what I have in here, are German releases, and I got one UK release. Now I remember I got this far in the video the first time, and then my phone started to slip, and then I pressed the wrong button, and there was a whole lot of kerfuffle on that. So I'm just going to, you know, I wouldn't even want to say pray, but I'm just going to hope to God, well, whatever. I'm just going to hope that I don't fuck this up again. Anyway, I'm going to move this. Cool. My phone stayed. So anyway, the next release that I have is a German release, and it was one that I was excited to get. I've already have several copies of this release internationally and domestically, or anyway. But this is of the early 70s film, of the Swedish film Thriller, or also known as, or AKA, they call her One Eye. Synapse did a release, a DVD release, it's got to be at least 20 years ago, which they did 2 releases of. They did one, they had one that said they call her One Eye, which was the regular cut, it wasn't the uncut version, and that was a yellow cover. Then they had one that just said Thriller, A Cruel Picture, and that was the uncut version, and it was different artwork, and it was a red cover. But anyway, this is a 4K release from Germany, and it's 8 discs. It's a media book, and it's a padded media book, which is basically, it's got, padding. Ooh, padding on all around. Or as I like to call these, I call them squishy books, because with the padding, you can squish it. As I said, this is an 8-disc one, and it's limited in number. I think this is cover C. What tends to happen in Germany and Austria is with releases like this, or just any release, they'll have different releases with different covers, and they'll limit it to a certain amount of copies. I would have loved to have gotten one with a better artwork, but I mean, this is still fine. I'm not gonna, however I'm able to obtain a copy, I'm not gonna complain too much about the cover as long as I'm able to get a copy. But as I said, this is 8 discs. It opens up like this, and you got I guess this is we got some art cards, posters in here, and this opens up here, and you got your Blu-ray releases. Here you just got the regular cut, the cut version. And then here you got the uncut version. Close this up. And it wouldn't be called a media book if it didn't have a book. Of course, I can't read any of it because it's all in German. I mean, I could, it's just I'd have to translate it all. I know a little bit of German, but I can't really read it per se. And whoops, there comes that disc falling out. So let me fix this. That's the other thing with when the discs are packaged like this, especially if they're being shipped internationally, is that the discs will get dislodged very easily. Let me snap this back in. Alright. In? Yeah, in. Alright. I'm delaying the video now, which I don't want to do. Anyway. You got this right here. This opens up back here. And then 2 releases again. But you got your 4K release of the regular cut. You got your 4K release of the uncut version. And then your bonus discs in Blu-ray. So yeah, massive set. And as I said, this was limited and numbered. This is out of 1,000 copies. I've got number 496 here. So cool. Yay, the video is still going. So I can finish up the rest. The next one I got is another German release. Now this one was actually pretty cool. I saw this being advertised on one of the boutique sites that I go to, and I wanted to acquire it. They were able to get more copies in, so I got it. And this actually has 2 films in it, both the original and the remake. And that is of Last House on the Left. Now, in this, it's got a little thing on it. Now, this has the original early 70s film from Wes Craven. And this also has the 2009 remake in it as well. Now, this comes from Turbine Entertainment in Germany. And it's basically like sort of like a box, per se. And then you open it up. And it's really cool. This one is limited and numbered as well. I forget how many copies there were. I'd have to go and research that back in. But I got number 1522. Right here, 1522. Whoop. So that's the box it comes in. It comes with the original motion picture soundtrack of the original film, which is cool. Always like soundtracks. And this box was called the Legacy Collection, and this was 7 discs. And here you got like a booklet, all in German, blah blah blah. And what's cool about this is I got 3 media books. This one is of the original, this is the remake, and this is the documentary, The Last Word on the House on the Left, which was done by a British filmmaker. I don't have the disc in there right now because it's in my player, but comes with a book, as you can see right here. But I think this is more like pictures per se. And then it comes with another documentary called 42nd Street Memories, which I've heard about but I haven't seen. So I'm looking forward to that. And as I said, it comes with the remake. Comes with 2 cuts, the original and the extended cut. And of course, picture booklet. Now, I think these were just regular Blu-ray. Yeah, these were regular. And I think, if I'm correct on it, no, these were just Blu-ray as well. This is the original. This has the movie, another picture, little booklet type of thing, and then the bonus disc. So it's a pretty cool book, pretty cool box set all around. Put this in. Alright. I got... Yeah. And that's what happens when you try to be more comfortable. Shit starts to fall. Alright. So, I got 3 more releases to do. Another one I just got recently. And this is, I guess, German, Austrian. And this is of the 1998 film Disturbing Behavior. Of course, you got the German title here. I can pronounce it, but I really don't feel like pronouncing it right now. This is another padded release, and this is from Cinestrange, I think. Yeah, Cinestrange Extreme. And this is cover A. This is limited and numbered, as all their copies are. This is of 333 copies. I got a very high one, which is 325, which is right here. I've always liked this film. There's not a lot of character development, and the story just kind of goes all over the place. I know that this movie has been cut up like badly, especially from MGM, who originally released this. Apparently, when they showed this film in front of test audiences twice, they responded negatively toward it, so the studio decided to force cuts on the film. And originally, this movie was supposed to be about 2 hours long. It was trimmed down to about an hour and 24 minutes, so there is a lot of material missing in that. And I think some people over the years have been pleading for a director's cut release. I mean, I know a lot of releases have deleted scenes and everything like that, but I would even advocate for it. I would love to see a director's cut of the release, the full version that we were meant to see, and to fill in the blanks, really, how it was supposed to be made. This is another padded release, squishy book, as you say. This opens up. You got the Blu-ray here. I think this is the DVD. Yeah, this is DVD. And, of course, you got a booklet. There you go. Alright. 2 more to go. This one, I was very happy to get. This one is the 1968 classic George A. Romero film, Night of the Living Dead. I love the artwork on this. This is actually a box set from Art House in Germany. And this was a store exclusive. And what was interesting about that is they were only shipping within the European Union. They were not shipping to the US. So again, thank goodness for the boutique stores. They go through their distributor. They buy several copies. And then they ship them over here. So I was able to still get it. Love it. Love the release. Comes with that. And of course, the box opens like that. And it's got quite a few different things in it. We've got some art cards, as you see here. Oop. Didn't want to do that. And you got 3 posters, which is cool. You got the American poster. You got 2 newly commissioned ones, German posters. This one, that one. I really don't want to open them up. But this one is of the box cover art. This one has Dwayne Jones on it, this one. This also, which is cool. I guess this is a comic book for Night of the Living Dead. And I'm guessing it just kind of follows a backstory or whatever, or it was set in the future. But it's pretty cool. Fortunately, the comic book's in German, so can't read it. I'd have to translate it. Comes with a booklet. Most of it picture, but you got some written in here as well. And comes with a steelbook. which, you open it up, there's the 4K, there's the Blu-ray, and obviously there's a bonus disc, but this has less else on the left on it. So, it's somewhere. This one wasn't limited or released. I guess there's limited copies, they just don't list the number or how many. But obviously I wanted to get it as quickly as I could. Okay. Oh, I left something out on the one box set that I forgot to pack in, but I'll do that after the video's done. Alright, so the last one that I did get, and I actually got 2 copies with 2 different covers on it. This is from Arrow Video in the UK, and that is of the early 90s film from David Cronenberg, Naked Lunch. Now, this is the 4K release. It doesn't actually come with a sticker on it. The sticker it was actually on the cellophane wrap. I just took the sticker off the cellophane wrap and put it on here. My only criticism, speaking of which, my only criticism with Arrow Video right now is there's no distinct difference on the packaging art between a 4K release and a Blu-ray release. They're all the same. There's nothing distinguished, especially when you're selling it from the face without the sticker. You don't know if you're getting the 4K or you're getting the Blu-ray. The only way you could probably sell it on eBay is if you showed the side and the disc. So I would really hope that Arrow would at least make it so on the packaging art that they can at least distinguish on there, because I just think that's, I don't know, I think it's tacky not to, I don't even know if tacky is the word. I just don't think it's, I don't even know where the hell I was going with that. I just think they should just have it on there to begin with anyway. But anyway, this is the 4K release. I think this was the store exclusive cover from the site, which I imported. And you got this cover, basically. This comes with a booklet as well, a poster, and the 4K disc. And it's just only the 4K disc. But yep, these are my 2 copies here. Looking forward to watching that movie in 4K. Alright, well that is the end. It's the end of what I've gotten. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that I haven't been all over the place. Sorry that my hair is all disheveled right now. I kind of look like a hobo. But, I will be doing more and more of this now that I'm finally back on track, you know. So, thank you all for watching. Sorry that my video was late. And, I'll be seeing you all next